Guess who's back, baby? We've
Mr.
got
Tom.
everybody's favorite Thanksgiving dinner on.
Thank you very much, Beetle.
Dude,
That's really funny and creative, actually. I never heard that.
Really?
Dude, what
No
was
one's ever
that
said
guy?
that.
Beetle's not going to know this drama, but oh my God, my brain wanted to say Muda Hair because I think the guy is of similar origin, perhaps. The guy who said gobble gobble, Turkey Tom.
Yeah.
Is that who?
Yeah,
that was Keemstar? No, I thought it was that guy who had pee in his beard.
Oh, you're thinking of Bunty King.
Yes, Bunty King. Yes, dude.
Gobble gobble, Turkey Tom. No, I mean I wouldn't know because he has me blocked, and like
does he
I
still?
can't stalk his account because like if you use Twitter signed out, it like doesn't work anymore. So I have to like make like a burner account, which I don't want to do. But yeah, I don't think he doesn't really do anything. He just like tweets and whines.
Once you're making, dude, I had one of those things too where I actually clicked a Twitter thing that I couldn't view it, and I was like, should I make a burner account? But once you make a burner account to start viewing tweets like that, I feel like you've lost.
Yeah,
it's completely over. There's just
that's my position, but I feel like the other like the cope I have is like, oh, it's my job, so I can go look, you know.
Yeah,
I really like Bunty King is not like pulling numbers. I should not be looking at that dude's Twitter, you know.
Dude, that was the thing, wasn't it? With Kiwi Farms, people were mad at you because you were like, I don't support it, but there's some damn good information on the website.
Exactly. That's
how much. Be honest, like all right. Oh, first of all, Kiwi Farms is back up, correct?
They're on tour, but they have like a ClearNet mirror you can use.
Where are they touring?
I was like literally gonna make some joke that was similar to that, and I decided against it. I was like,
here's the thing.
If someone came into your
how
house
much are tickets?
You in the head right now, and your brain's flapping everywhere.
You're gonna get us canceled, just like your video, bro. You're gonna get us canceled.
You're trying to get us demonetized.
Thank you both for not fake laughing. I really appreciate that. But so they are back up. They are back up.
They are, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I feel like Heffels is always like, I killed Kiwi Farms, and it's like it's kind of back up. I mean, you did some damage, but it is up.
Keffels has no accomplishments. Keffels is rotting away.
Are you kidding me? I can think of 2 very large accomplishments right off the top of my head, kid.
It's crazy how when that was going on, that felt like the biggest news that was happening on Twitter. Like everybody was talking about Kiwi Farms, and now completely irrelevant. Doesn't feel like I don't like.
Dude, that's the cycle now,
bro. It is the cycle.
Dude, this was my question, though, before we move on from Kiwi Farms. Be honest, Mr. Tom. How much of your videos were pulled directly from a thread?
How much? Like the percentage like in the of sense each video?
In terms of like, did you just get all your information from there? Was there ever a time where you're like, maybe I'll go to this site and check this out or this?
I mean, you can never use Kiwi Farms 100% because it's user generated content and users can be wrong, and there's like not a ton of editorial oversight.
The implication people made that you were just ripping threads directly.
The thing is, you like there are some threads you can rip directly, but you have to make sure you have to like vet it all. But there are a few videos I've done where I ripped a whole thread and I said it in the video. I was like, this is where all the info came from, and there's some great info there. But I mean, you have to with anything, you have to like double check. Your stuff. Kiwi Farms is a good place for like sources, but you have to double check them to make sure they're accurate. Make sure the info is all there.
I'd imagine most of these people post their sources like when they make the thread, right?
Yeah, that's the whole point. Yeah, I mean the site is like a ton of hyperlinks everywhere. So.
Is Kiwi Farms anonymous the way that 4chan is, or is it like do you have
no? There's accounts.
There's accounts.
There's usernames. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you have to have it. You have to have an account to post.
Got it.
All right. I wonder if there's I'm actually gonna go. Oh wait, no, I need that tour thing, right? That's like a separate app I need. I was gonna see if there was any Beetle Moses threads. I was curious.
You can look if you type in Sneed into your search bar. You can.
Are you actually being for real?
I'm serious.
Shut up, dude.
Try it right now.
Sneed.
Today. Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I am not big enough or interesting enough to have any information on.
All right, I'm checking. Let's see.
It's real, isn't it? I wasn't with you.
No, that is real. That is real.
All right. You piqued my interest. I gotta look it up now too.
I don't see anything with Beetle Moses. Alas, I'm not even gonna look myself up because I remember one time I did when I found out about the site and there was positive things. But then I remember the Keffels Kiwi Farms drama over the silly comic I made, and I know if I looked my name up now, it would be like, "Yo, somebody killed this dude." I'm gonna restrain.
Maybe.
This
I made a video about someone recently, and like the next day they got a thread, and I was like, oh fuck.
Who was that?
It was Tipster.
I was gonna, dude. That guy follows me, and he seems very sweet. And there is some weird shit where like he's married and he's in like every e-girl's DMs or like replies like my queen, my queen. It's like, dude, please,
my beauty.
God. Yeah, bro. It's just like, dude,
my beauty.
Please.
I know I'm married. I know I'm fat, but would you perchance have the opportunity to take a compliment? Just one compliment.
He's kind of like the guy in your reoccurring comics, Harris, the fedora man.
Yeah, the fedora
There's some
guy.
slight fedora.
W. Riz.
Here's my question though: has he done anything wrong, or is he just kind of like an easy person to make fun of? You know what I mean?
I'm sure he's done something wrong that you could point out. I don't really know though.
Yeah, there's got to be something that.
I'm okay. Has he done? Like if you ask a question about anyone, have they done something wrong? Like I'm sure there's something.
Well, I'm curious because he gets a lot of hate, and I want to know if it's just because he's cringe or because like he did something like messed up.
Well, well the thing is he didn't used to get hate. He used to be a part of like. He
was part of your circle, kind of, right?
He was absolutely. He was in the group chat.
What I heard is he used to be much larger, and then after budding a second body, that's where Nicholas D'Orio came from. It was like a bit of like a paramecium type thing. That got a laugh. We got a laugh. Okay, excellent.
That is accurate. Yeah, I mean, after Nick came out, just things weren't the same with the the OG amoeba.
Right. Yeah.
He just wasn't holding up. He wasn't up to standard.
I love jokes. What's your Nick D'Orio shout out line in your rap you just dropped against Tipster?
Need to lay off the Oreos. Word up to Nick.
Yeah, dude.
That's cool. Bro. That's a good line.
You did because you sent me the original bars when you like did a sloppy recording or something.
Beetle, have you seen this music video?
I have not. No, I've heard. I think Zach mentioned to me that you did. Was it a rap with?
We'll watch it during the break.
Is that what it is?
Buckingham's featured, but it's mainly Tom. It's mainly Tom.
It's mainly.
I'll have to send you the music video at some point.
How are your bars, bro? I mean, do you freestyle rap? Like, would you say?
No.
I'm assuming you had a ghostwriter, right?
Yes, I had a ghostwriter.
Because I was gonna say for your first thing, I was like, some of them were like kind of good. I was like,
some of the lines were really clever.
Yeah,
and I will say I had the content, the ideas for it because the people who ghostwrote it, they didn't know anything about the guy. So it was basically me just like spamming out a bunch of bullshit like bars and they were horrible. They were horrible, and then they like made it into an actual song.
Well, you did a better job than because I remember that was something I think iDubbbz pointed out with the rice gum thing, where like whoever was ghostwriting had no idea who iDubbbz was, and you could tell.
Yeah,
yours was kind of for someone who doesn't know Tipster that well. It all made sense.
Well, I feel like if you're making a rap song and you don't really like. And it's not going to be that good. I feel like you have to make it kind of funny. Like you have to actually hit on like the content. If it's a diss track, especially, like you have to have like stuff in there that makes sense because it's not going to be enjoyed realistically by like a normal music fan.
Well, there's a fine line though, because you don't want it to get like I don't know about you guys, because my like normie friends love this shit, but like someone like who's that guy? Who does like
your mom?
Goofy? No, he does like the.
That's the guy.
He did the one with Snoop Dogg about like becoming a rapper. He has his own show, Dave.
Oh, Lil Dicky.
Lil Dicky. There's something where that type of comedy rap. It's like I want to stick my thumbs through his head, like his eyeballs, and just hook up.
Lil Dicky and Young Gravy. He's the other one.
But there's these are like goofy, there's something about Young Gravy where like that Daytona song. Kind of slaps. It kind of slaps. The Little Dicky one, it's too goofy. You can't be too goofy. There's like a very fine line.
There's a fine line. I mean, one of my favorite like rap groups is, I don't know, my cut out for a second, but if you guys can hear me,
it didn't cut out for me.
Yeah, okay, we're good. Sorry, I was like, oh no, did I just drop? The one of my favorite rap groups is Das Racist, which I've brought up before, and they toe the line. They
know you exist too.
They do, yeah. They follow me on Twitter, but their shit is funny because it's actually like they're good rappers, but a lot of the shit that they say is just like very goofy and ridiculous, which is like my favorite type. I mean,
is it Lil Dicky goofy?
I mean, also, yeah, but Lil Dicky's like a comedy rapper, but you could say Kanye his shit is funny sometimes. MF Doom, like they all have a goofy streak. Like sometimes they rap about serious
for
shit.
me. And I know a lot of people hate him now, and he does suck ass now. I mean, let's be real. But the bar for me is old Eminem, where it's like, it's funny, but I can re-listen to the song more than once without being like, okay, funny fart joke rap, ha ha ha. You know what I mean?
Like the real Slim Shady. That's like a goofy. The beat is goofy. His lyrics are goofy, but it's a good song. I like
the first like music that I like listened to was like not like real music. It was like YouTuber music, so I was exposed to a lot of that.
Let's go.
I was listening to like no, like Ray William Johnson.
God, dude,
that's awesome.
You and your mom.
He had this rap project.
Blasting that.
He had this rap project. He had this song called "Orphan Tears" on it. That was pretty popular.
Oh, was it like a non-comedic project?
No, it was comedic, but it was like It was like an animated like rap group. So he would like animate every video and like Flash. What's the name of the channel? I can't remember. I think it was Your Favorite Martian.
Your Favorite Martian's his like his like artist.
I feel like Smosh had some tracks too. I thought like back in the day. I think they released
Smosh did.
Music. Yeah,
Smosh had the Assassin's Creed song, which was fire.
Yeah, I remember some shit like that. They had a Ninja Turtles rap or something.
Can I kill today? Oh yeah, I don't know.
Dude, I bet you unironically listen to the rap battles ones. I guarantee.
No, I actually didn't get into that.
No way.
I actually didn't get into that. But my friends, I have friends who are really into it to this day and like know lyrics. So like when I went to LA, I threw a few parties, and every party like walk into the TV room and epic rap battles would be on. Just like people would just be playing it and listening to it.
Yeah, you gotta just have the repeat of the "I am Adolf Hitler," dude. That is the funniest clip ever, dude. I love that one.
Oh, it's
bro. Before I forget,
I really like the Trump one. Trump versus Hillary.
I don't know if I've seen the
trailer. Oh, I do not know.
Did they make that in 2016?
Yeah, so it's from back then. Trump is like, this whole country's rigged, and we all know the riggers. For the past 4 years, this country's been run by a, and then you have like an eagle swoop in, and it goes like, to cut him off. Then like Abraham Lincoln comes in, and he's like the mediator between them. It's so fire.
That's sick. I mean, dude, that makes me think of the so epic. That makes me think of that one SNL chick that performed as Hillary. Didn't she sing like "Imagine All the People" or something?
Hallelujah,
after,
dude. Hallelujah,
after Trump won. Tom, you seen that clip?
Kate McKinnon and one of the slots meant to make people laugh.
Dude,
the show is about making people laugh. She came out dressed as Hillary Clinton and in earnest sang
Hallelujah.
I've not seen that. That's
dude, it's unironically the best thing that like SNL has done in years. It's so fucking cringy.
Don't even
I haven't seen
it.
It's so funny.
Cringe, dude.
It's just really bad.
Bro, before I forget, out of curiosity, and if you can't say, it's totally cool, but based on the production and the sound I was hearing, and I think some of the Ghostwriter beats, were you working with the Sam Hyde and Joey crew? Is that
No.
For real?
I wasn't working with them at all. No, they're really busy.
Were you inspired by the Fantano diss track at all? Because it kind of had the same.
I was honestly mostly inspired by
okay.
I was mostly inspired just by like old Rice Gum and like old Logan Paul diss tracks. That's why actually the last few bars on the song are like right up like straight stolen flow from iDubbbz. Because there's this line where he's like you're like Soulja Boy without the talent, and so I like stole that.
Yeah.
Like Ace Racer without the money. So. But yeah, it wasn't that inspired by them. The outfit definitely was, just because that seems like something that like Joey would wear.
The tails thing you had on.
Yeah.
They'd see you post those pictures, bro. How long did you rent out that car? Did you get to joyride it at all?
They wouldn't let me ride it. They would not let me drive it.
Really?
Because I'm like 20, so they wouldn't let me drive it. But they had a driver come out. So he just would drive it wherever we wanted. We had it for 4 hours. It was $1,600 for 4 hours, so it was expensive.
Dang.
Yeah.
Mr.
I mean,
Man.
That's what Post Malone did with the White Iverson track. I think he rented out that fucking, what is it, like a white Charger, or I don't know what, he rents out some car.
It makes sense because who would buy a white Charger?
Honestly. No, I think it literally is that, and he took it out to a desert, and I think he was saying afterwards that like he literally had rented it out for like 2 hours just to film the video and then returned it. And now look at
dude,
that.
I was working on I needed a gig when I first moved out here. It was before I found a job. And oh no, I don't live in.
Was it a white Rolls? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, maybe that's what it was. That would be way cooler.
I was gonna say
a
Charger.
Than a white Charger.
Probably would
I think
not.
You're right.
It'd be like
a Charger is like it's like a high school drug.
Yeah, not a Charger, bro.
That's so funny. It's real.
Dude, I was working on this music video set, and they rented one of the cars from the first Fast and Furious movie. It's like I want to say Rolls Royce, but it's like this antique car that's worth so much money, right? And they're like, dude, we need you to drive it here. And first of all, I had no idea I was gonna have to drive this $1 million car, bro. So I'm panicking. And I don't know if you guys have ever driven an older car, but some of them have, you know, the parking brake.
Thank you.
Yes. It's like a pedal near your foot that you press in.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's very strange, but I pressed it all the way in.
Oh, God.
Could not figure out how to get it out. And they're like, we need you to drive it. And I was like,
guys,
I'm just not going to tell them. Because, dude, in a car this old, driving with the parking brake on is no good. That's going to fuck it up. So I just drove it. I didn't say anything. And then the next day, they're calling me and they're like, dude, did you hear what happened about the car? And I was like, oh, no. And they're like, dude, we thought we could park it in the middle of the LA highway for a little bit and just record some stuff. Some jerk off hit the car and totaled it. And I was just like, first of all, thank God, but also, how stupid of a human do you have to be to park your car in any highway, not even just LA, but any highway?
Yeah, why?
And think you'd be able to record something without someone hitting your fucking car, dude.
Yeah, that is insane.
They ended up having to pay, like, I'm pretty sure they're still in debt because of it. Like, it was insane, dude. It was messed up. I was so happy.
I paid for insurance for the Lambo to make sure that if anyone hit it, it wouldn't be my fault and I wouldn't have to pay for it.
Why would you have to pay that if they're driving it?
Because, like, what if the stipulation was like, what if I get them in some kind of situation where the car incurs damage or something like that? Like, and it's like an extraordinary situation. So I think I just paid for insurance for it.
Okay.
But because there were shots that we wanted to get. There's this one of there's this really tall tower in Toronto called the CN Tower. It's like the Space Needle.
Oh, you filmed this in Canada?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we were filming in the city, and we wanted to get a shot of like the car coming towards the camera with me walking in front of it, and then we wanted the CN Tower behind it. But it's a big tower. It's in like literally the middle of the city, so we had to be like on a busy street filming. And so there's multiple shots where you can't tell, but there's like a whole line of cars behind us honking behind the Lamborghini, trying to get us to move while I'm like lip syncing this dumbass rap song, and my friends filming me.
I bet you felt like an.
That's so awesome.
Oh, I felt like I also like strange, like we were filming and like strange Indian guys were just like filming me randomly, like laughing at me, and then like
Churkey Chom.
Little do they know.
No, they had no idea who I was. They just they would ask me if it's my car. Some people would ask for a picture of themselves with the car. Some of them would just straight up, just like unashamedly, without asking, just start filming me randomly.
What the hell?
Dude, they probably thought you were like some Zoomer, like
I have no idea. I think they just see like, oh, something's going on. I'm gonna see this.
Yeah.
This one like short little Mexican, like fat, like, you know, or whatever. He was sitting in his truck filming me like this, like with his phone over the wheel. I look at him and I'm like, "What's up, bro?" And then he like kind of puts the phone down like ashamedly, and then just like drives away. Like he was just chilling there, and he just what the.
Yeah, dude, what's going on? Dude?
I am in public. I expect to be filmed, but can you be more discreet about it so I don't get pissed? Like,
this would be something one of those Twitter crypto like grind hustle men would do, but like. Imagine like if you rented one of those, right? How much did you say it cost for 2 hours?
4 hours, it was 1,600.
4 hours, 1,600. Yeah, there's no way you could make this work. But if you drove it to a beach and then was just like, yo, pictures for $10, and let people come take pictures with the car.
Oh, yeah.
To make your money back.
That seems like one of those hustle grind, like, I refuse
that would be funny. I don't know if they'd let
me
me do that, though. I feel like they'd be like, oh, you can't do that with a car.
Well, with the driver,
bro, what's his name? Like... What's his name? Made a fucking career out of it. That guy that's like, you're in my garage, or the knowledge guy.
Ty Lopez.
That guy, all he did was rent cars. Yeah, he was just renting cars.
I thought he's a singer.
He just filmed himself. I don't think he sings.
Who's Ty Lopez?
George Lopez is not a singer, but he is famous.
Jennifer Lopez is a singer.
Jennifer Lopez is a singer.
She's hot, dude.
That's true.
I prefer Jennifer Lawrence.
She's a baddie, bro. people sleep on her too much, dude. They're like her face, and I'm like,
nah, no. When the Hunger Games came out, and I was like 10, I was like,
I gotta tell you this, Tom. I do this every time, and I hate it because I'm almost 30. I'm gonna die. You're a fetus. You're 10, and I'm like,
True.
You're so wise. But dude, your take, the bravery of with how wild your audience is for you to stand up and say, it's like that guy in church and say, Pokimane is maybe mid, but she's not ugly. That was so brave of you, dude. I can't to be
Powerful
so
statement.
reasonable.
I honestly can't tell the gaslighting. I can't tell if people like actually think she's ugly or if they just think it's funny to say that she's
idiots
ugly.
who hate her who unironically want. Because dude, even like you said in the non-makeup photo, it's like I'd take her out for a slice of pizza. She's like. What do you?
I mean,
okay. Have like new poster. You know what I mean? You were telling me you want to kiss new poster, but like,
bro, stop.
We can't all have new poster unless we clone him.
Realistically,
I don't think we can clone him realistically.
With Pokey, there are no famous girls who are not like at least like a 7 or 8. They don't exist. It doesn't happen. You have to be attractive as a girl to be famous. And if you're famous as a girl and you're not attractive, then you're typically like famous for being ugly.
Speaking of 7 or 8, that
is true. That is true, Beetle. Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm trying to think of some examples.
I think you're right,
I don't fully agree. I mean, think about like
I'm sure there are exceptions to the rule.
They're like, what about like old women? There's like old women that are like really famous.
They're kind of bad sometimes.
That's true, but they probably got famous when they were young.
Dude, Wang follows this old lady who does like fashion shit, and she bad. Okay,
really?
she like wears Vans and is like fully tatted. She's kind of bad for an old.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm into
How old is she?
Don't scrunch your face, Tommy boy. When you get older and get some hair on your chest, she's probably like 60, bro.
Yo,
dude, if Wang follows her, you know she's a baddie, dude. You know she's a baddie, bro. Finding an e-girl untouched by Wang. Finding an e-girl untouched and unfollowed by him is the equivalent today of finding like continents. That's like if you could find a girl Wang is not following and already DMing, it's like so rare, bro. It's insane. He started following that chick who's the Cold Cuts fan who just shaved her head, the Afro chick we love.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
She was untouched. I checked last week. Wang's following her now, bro. This man is of pox upon us, dude.
Unbelievable. He's got his hands all over the place,
he gets
man.
Around. He
gets Unavoidable.
Around.
Unavoidable, bro.
He literally beats the incel stereotype. He's Asian. He's like 5'7", and he gets the most out of anyone I've ever met. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Good for him, man. I mean, the dude lifts. I've seen his lifting pictures.
Yeah, he lifts pussy to his mouth to eat it.
He's caked up.
He definitely like anytime I've been hanging out with him, like he's super cool. But he's always like, I can tell he's texting bitches. I can tell. I just know. He's like, he'll pull out his phone for 5 minutes. He'll go through his 10. Put his phone away. Like,
dude, I ran into a chick in LA who he was. I can't reveal too much, but who he was like talking to.
I run into them all the time on the fucking street, at the gym. At the
I have not seen one that is less than a 10 out of 10, my brother. This man is out here just.
He's out here
swinging for the fences, home runs every time, my man.
Good for you,
Justin Ohio Riz.
Round of applause.
Dude, I can't lie. He got me rattled one night. It was like 8 p.m. I was still working at Chipotle, and he said, "I heard you live in LA." And I said, "Yes." And he said, "I'm throwing a party. Come over." And I said, "I gotta go to work tomorrow." I should have gone, dude. I should have gone, but I was just like, gay. I was so rattled, dude. I was like,
"That's super gay."
Should have said, yeah. You should have.
I'm pretty sure I was at that party.
You probably were, dude. You probably were.
I was trying to get you to come out. Every time I go out there, this is the third time I came out. I came out there for the third time like 2 weeks ago. I text you. You're like, "Oh, sorry, it's too far of a drive, I think, man."
Bro, it was more like, "Sorry, okay, and I gotta move. Okay, I wasn't gonna stay in LA for you, dog."
You could have.
Gay. You're being gay.
Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. I'll reveal to the audience right now what you said you were gonna drink earlier. They will be sickened.
Reveal to the audience. I don't get
horrified.
I'm an alpha male. I'm comfortable.
Mike's hard. Get out.
That's right.
I won't lie though, bro.
Better than Mike.
You're not wrong, dude. Men need to start drinking cocktails again. I'm so sick of that being labeled as chick.
I think men drink cocktails. I think we're in a day and age where like you can have a go-to drink. Yeah, definitely.
Dude, gin and tonic is just so base, dude.
I like a rum and coke. I'll get a rum and coke.
That's like 9-year-old. You can't drink a rum and coke.
How is that
rum and coke is good? What do you
mean?
Yeah, rum and coke is good. Dude, that's like if I go to an
unfamiliar bar. I went out to the bar like a few nights ago. And it was with my girlfriend, and I got a rum and coke, and she got a screwdriver. She has one sip of the screwdriver. She's like, I don't like it. So I drink both of them. We go somewhere else. She's like I've noticed.
Wait a minute.
I've noticed with chicks, if it's below like a $13 drink,
are you 21?
Like, fucking problem. No, in Canada, you can drink at 19.
Oh, can
you? Whoa.
You can.
Damn. All right. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Pretty base.
Yeah.
Bro, you're looking. I know you were when I saw you and picked you up from the airport. You were a twink, but you're looking a little
cheeked up.
You're looking a little stink, my man.
I've been
getting.
Yes, I know what you're thinking. New Poster needs someone to hold him down. That's what those puppies are for.
New Poster
baby.
is happy in a relationship, and I'm not gay, so I would never want to be with New Poster anyway.
Bro, anyone who wouldn't get with New Poster is gay. That's how you. If you would not give up everything in your life.
I guess I'm gay.
You heard it here first, folks. Okay, just Tom reveal.
Does Bailey know that you're like are constantly pining?
I think so. I bought them a thong like a week ago. I tried to pin it on Harris.
I was like,
I'm innocent.
Dude, we were recording and we were getting drunk, and he posted an Amazon wish list. I have never done something. I have never pulled a tipster, as they say. And I had.
You're making money on this podcast, and the way to spend it is on a.
It was $20, dude.
That's
$20. Get the fuck out of here.
$20 is like bread, eggs, milk.
Listen, we're about to head into a quick break. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette, but Harris, you should check out that little rap. Harris,
I think I am gonna watch it on the break. Yeah, we're working on a rap right now. Actually, it's like
our bar is a little better. Of course.
Yeah, it's better. You know, it's hard to say, but I would say, but we have everything.
Also
we have the
objective.
beat, but also objective. we're some quirked up white boys, and we are really goated with the sauce. So I would say
you're goated with the sauce, dude. Harris is like, you know how like Asian children make the best TVs.
What's that?
You know how Asian kids make the best TVs because their hands are more intricate. You know, they're like forced to put them together. Harris, whatever's going on with your fingies, bro, Mr. Magic Beats.
Thank you, my brother.
Dude, I haven't heard a bad beat.
There's some bad ones. I only send you the good ones, but I will say we are sitting on some heaters right now.
I think you're gonna be shocked. I think Turkey Chom, you're gonna be begging us for a feature.
That was
okay.
Throw that out.
Listen. I have no expectation of it being bad. I have no expectation of that, so I think it might even be good. So I'm excited.
There we go. That'd
Hedging
be great.
Yeah.
But if you have a feature, there's a small requirement. You have got to write your own bars. It's got to be real. No ghostwriters. No ghostwriters.
If I write my own bars, I'm gonna destroy your whole music career.
Bro, I'll write some. Okay. Bro, I want to suck men.
You're gonna get a negative platinum.
Okay.
Just kidding.
They take away 100.
Oh, yes.
There we go.
That's good. You know, before we hop into the break, well, I'll just say I wrote down there's a couple questions that I did not get to bring up because we were talking about some other bullshit. But I wanted to ask you, about your Bam Margera video because that one's popping up right now. And then we brought up Rice Gum, which made me want to talk a bit about some of these sort of
my idol.
Yeah, your idol. I wanted to talk about some of these.
Is he cool now?
Who's that? No, well, that's what I was gonna. Well, I'll bring it up for the next block. I think there's some.
Sorry, I have stomped all over you in the last 5 minutes.
No, it's all right. Second half's gonna be the
super professionals. Like you interrupt Beetle all the time. You're like, oh, I got to take a break for a cigarette. Like you can't even fucking contain your nicotine addiction for 20 minutes to do a.
Well, actually, we have to take a break now. The way Zoom is, I completely forgot because we don't have the full version. It's just take a 10-minute break.
It can't be that expensive.
Okay, Mr. Moneybags. Okay, Mr.
How much actually is it?
I think it's like $9 a month.
Bro,
9999. Dude, I can't.
Record.
Dude, was that your name the whole time?
No, I think he changed it, right?
No, I changed it when I came back in.
Excellent.
I see them making fun of you on Kiwi Farms.
Yo, you did watch it. That's
talking about how much of a freak you are.
Oh, dude, it goes so hard.
That shit was based.
The chorus is very weak. Okay. The chorus like barely rhymes, but
it's funny. You know, I gotta say though, you were talking about like I can't believe all these people were stopping and taking pictures of me. I'm like, bro, I would have absolutely taken a, but you look like a crazy person. Like you're literally wearing like the hat and the tap out shirt.
The outfit
it's a based video though,
dude. That part where it zooms in and there's a speed up of you, like you're like crouching, going like.
That was
the video was very like Sam Hyde, Joey inspired, but the song itself is like very like not.
Yeah, no, it's I thought it was actually a good track.
It goes pretty hard, dude.
I was looking through the comments, and all the comments were like, "Bro, this is the hardest shit you ever dropped, bro. This shit is amazing." I think it's time for another track. Honestly,
that's what I was saying. The problem is that it was expensive, and I didn't make any money on it. So I have to like next time I have to do something about someone like famous who actually will make money, like Hassan Piker.
Bro, you can also. I guarantee you don't have to go that hard.
You could skip the video. I think altogether you could skip the video.
Bro.
Yeah,
I feel like I've set the bar high now though with the first one. Like if the next one's worse, like what the fuck?
Not in turn, dude. I guarantee you, if the song goes hard, people will not give a fuck if there's no video, dude. I guarantee you, bro.
Maybe I'll do it in Steam Filmmaker, so it's like animated.
Bro, yeah, dude.
Sorry, Source Filmmaker.
Was there a reason that you dropped it on your on a second channel instead of your main channel, or was
the video itself is on like the channel, but it's at the end of like a longer video. So I figured like I shouldn't re-upload the same footage. I'll just like I'll put the same thing on another channel, but.
Okay.
Yeah, so the video with the song is on the channel itself, but it's like a half-hour thing with the song at the end.
Yo,
it's a good video, bro.
Did Brandon Sucking Man write his own bars, or were those ghost written also?
Those are ghost written. He's actually a good writer though.
But that's like a 4-bar. You couldn't write like 4 lines for that shit. He literally said like 2 lines.
I mean, he could have, but we already had the song written. I'll just like hop on, do these bars.
Oh, okay.
Dude, when you do the give me a hug, and you guys give each other a little hug, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of cute, bro.
We were around a ton of we were getting filmed when we were doing that too.
Yeah, I could tell you were kind of like feeling perhaps like an in some of the shots.
I was just feeling uncomfortable. I was feeling
wearing that. I think the next move is to do the Post Malone thing and just film it in a desert or something,
or like in the woods.
Yeah, in the woods,
or in the woods, or by a river. Maybe you have free access to like a lot of woods and a river. Like,
I wish I knew someone who had that, because then it'd be a great video.
Yeah, it'd be pretty based.
But it would suck, because like if he did have that, he'd probably live in like Pennsylvania, like by himself with like a bunch of weird bugs.
That's all off the table.
Is that a Shiba Inu pillow? Bugs. What is that little pillow in your background here?
Yeah, my girlfriend got me this big ass.
Is that Doge?
It's like a squishy. Yeah, it's like squishy.
Go get him.
Is it a squishmallow? Is that what that is?
I hate those, dude. Are kids still obsessed with those?
Did I have one of those?
Shut the hell up, bro. I like the cow one.
I got it for the video.
Oh, that's so cute.
Look at that. We've all got our little fucking like squishmallows.
I'll be right back.
Really soft too. Got one too?
I actually have the shoes from the video right here.
Oh, those are the light up bottoms. That shit is hard.
The color changes, and they also they like strobe or whatever.
Damn, what the are those Yeezys? Yo, is that a fish?
No, these are like $20 on Amazon.
That's sick.
Oh, dude, that bar was so weak. Because all the other bars are good as hell, and then it's like, I got them shoes that glow, or whatever.
That's fire, glowy ass shoes. I'm like,
yeah, I thought that was hard.
That was too Lil Dicky, bro. That was too Lil Dicky.
No.
By the way, dude, did I get ripped off? I won it as a joke. I was at Walmart. Is this the Joe Rogan one or no?
Alpha Brain, that is it. Yeah.
Alpha
Can you guys tell that my cerebellum is popping off?
Joe Rogan sells these supplements from I think it's On It Labs, and one of them is Alpha Brain.
It's pretty much the Limitless pill, dude.
It's not a medication. It's like oil or whatever. It's like
the audience will notice that I have like my IQ has tripled in the past like 30 minutes for sure.
Interesting. Yo, I actually did. I want to hit you with one of these questions, Tom. Get your take on this.
Oh yes, please.
Because we were talking about Rice Gum in the last bit, and who's a kind of a funny character, and we were just talking about how like he doesn't even really. Does he even make it anymore? It doesn't seem.
No,
like
he doesn't do anything.
He doesn't really do anything.
He's like streaming now a little bit, and that's it.
Okay, because I was thinking like they were kind of in an interesting era where like some of these guys like Rice Gum and Leafy is kind of the one that comes to mind also, but you could say Keemstar too are like people who were burned by iDubbbz, and now iDubbbz is experiencing. He's going through it, right? And a lot of people are saying like, "Oh, iDubbbz," and all these people that got content copped seem to be having almost like a resurgence or like
a little bit, yeah.
Which is like, what do you think about that? Because to my eye, well, I don't know. I'd like to hear what you have to say, but to my eye, I'm like, just because even if you're one of the people that feel like iDubbbz is taking an L on any of this shit, I don't really think that eliminates like any of the shit that he was saying being true about like Leafy or any of these other characters. Is that
I agree. I mean, one thing you have to realize is that realistically, Leafy and Rice Gum are still like they're somewhat popular, but they're not even close to what they were at their peak, you know. And so the audience they have is an audience they would have had anyway. Like Leafy's streaming to I think a max of like 3,000 people, which is good for this good streaming numbers.
Still a lot,
but it's like he used to get, you know, 1 billion views.
Like,
he just had so many. And so it's like that audience I think would be there with or without iDubbbz. I will say the kind of the swag baton has been passed. Like now iDubbbz is like uncool, and now like
Who's the new iDubbbz? Like, cool. Who's the new arbiter?
There is no new iDubbbz. There's no new iDubbbz.
It's kind of like he was like, I forget what movie this is a reference of, but maybe it's Lord of the Rings. There's like one ring, but then they break it into 12 rings. And I feel like you guys are kind of the new arbiters.
I feel like D'Angelo Wallace, actually, he might be like the new iDubbbz. Before like woke people or whatever.
Yeah,
he was super famous. He's super famous.
He's woke dubs.
He is woke dubs. He's woke dubs, and he gets like insane views.
He's
and, like,
if Netflix made iDubbbz, because he's black.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. But all right. Do you feel like iDubbbz is in all of this? Do you think he's overhated or underhated or hated about as much as he should be in all of this? Because it does feel like the tide turned really quickly on him, and it definitely coincided with his Sam Hyde beef. Like when that kind of came about,
he played a part in it, in my opinion. Now, whether or not you want to say it's deserved, I don't think it is what he's going through, but. I don't know, dude. I don't know, but
it feels short to you guys, but like for me, like the start was the OnlyFans like defense video from years ago. Like when Anissa had the OnlyFans and he made a video, he was like, "I don't care if guys jerk off to her." That was like the start of the end. That was the beginning of the end.
It's hard to be the cool guy when you're saying that.
That's the type of shit that I think you avoid commenting on. I think the best move would have been to just not really.
Yeah, the best move would have been to like make a joke and then just.
I know people accused him of having the vibe, but did he ever explicitly? There has to have been times he explicitly spoke out against OnlyFans girls with how his humor was.
I don't think there was, because OnlyFans wasn't really around back then. Well, I think it was just like
you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think he kind of accumulated just like an audience of people who thought it was funny to shit on those girls, and they like being edgy. When they found out that he was like not that way, they kind of lost respect for him, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Is he overhated? I mean, probably a little bit. I did notice, like, I did an interview with Harley of Epic Mealtime, and the charitability towards him, the charitability though from chat towards him and towards iDubbbz was insane. Like, literally anything they do, like whether it's innocuous or not, was being twisted into this like paid for by the DNC.
But the best part of that interview is your fans were going crazy. Not all of them, just the idiot ones.
No, a lot of them were mad though.
But then you brought them on to voice chat with him, and it was like they were making themselves look. Dude, it was embarrassing, and it was like. Okay, so Harley's right with most of this stuff. It felt like because of like this thing. You got to watch it.
I think Harley is right. I think he, you know, because of the sensitive issue, the way he said things pissed people off. But I think Harley was right on most of that. I mean, he did kind of catch Froggy in a lie, where Froggy was saying like, "Oh, Anissa never texted me," And then Harley was like, well, what about this like group chat that I can clearly see that Anissa texted you in? And then Froggy just didn't have a real response to that. And it was like, there were a few other times like that where it was like, maybe things aren't as clear cut as I thought they were,
Exactly, yeah. Dude, the only thing I have seen Harley say, and this could be shallow and pedantic. Pedantic? Is it pedantic or pedantic?
I think it's pedantic.
Pedantic.
There's no N.
There's pedantic.
No N. Except at the end. There's an N at the end.
There's one in there.
Yeah. I said the word N and Tom's eyes lit up. It was.
You're not talking about a pendant.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Dude, just to let you know.
But the only thing I disagreed with him on was the whole because people were saying Harley, the Creator Crash. Is this 3 or 2?
That was 2.
2.
We were at 2. Yeah.
2 didn't make this amount of money. No, it didn't. But if you add what he made today, it's like it made that much. It was just like you can admit. I agree with him on most everything he said, and kind of the IDub stuff's been too crazy. But to admit that maybe this Creator Clash 2 didn't do well is silly to me. It clearly was a failure at a pretty basic level in terms of the returns. You know what I mean? And I'm not even getting into payments.
I think they just spent too much, honestly.
Yeah, I think it was a failure. Well, I would say it was a failure because they lost a ton of money. But that's just poor management, which I think they would also admit it was just really badly managed. They should have hired somebody to be watching their books for them instead of doing it themselves.
I don't understand. I don't understand with how many people are involved, how it was that much of a failure.
That seems a little bit insane.
Dude, I really think the only reason people paid, I think, for the what is it called, pay-per-view, is it PPV?
PPV.
Yeah.
PPV.
The only reason people would buy the PPV, the first one actually had a couple people we knew. The second one, this joke has been made 1,000 times, but it really was just Crimble versus Bagiglius, and it's
well, it was all their personal friends, a bunch of irrelevant people who I don't mean to shit on anyone for not having having fallen off or whatever, but most of them have fallen really fallen off. There's this guy named Myth who was there. Myth is a big name from the Fortnite scene back in the day. He was huge streamer, right? He currently live streams and he gets about 300 viewers live. You can't expect this. Well, guy
doesn't that even that dad guy who had a resurgence because of Creator Clash? Doesn't he only get 100 live stream viewers?
Yeah, nobody watches any of these people. I don't know how you can expect them to sell tickets.
People must have said no to iDubbbz because the fact that this event isn't literally H3 versus iDubbbz versus Churkey Chom or Keemstar. The fact that even though I know he's trying to I don't want edgy people involved, but it's dude, you need this match should only be heavyweights.
Well,
in terms of they also were avoiding any actual beef. They were.
Well, here's the thing.
They were avoiding anything that would actually cause entertainment to happen.
I think there's a couple things at play. I think for one thing, I think it's probably harder in my view. It's probably harder than you'd imagine to actually get people who want to box in a ring. I don't think that the average creator actually wants to do that, and especially people who are at the top of their game might just feel why would I do that? You know what I mean? I'm making money without getting punched in the head.
It is tough to get people to agree, but I feel if that's the caliber of guests you can get, I wouldn't even do the event.
But dude, here's the thing: I would get the argument you guys are saying, but it's not what Anissa's saying that these are good matches. You know what I mean? It's walking in and throwing a couple. Some of them, it looks like the punches are hard, but it's not it's not a real boxing match. You know what I mean?
Because they're not professional. They're not. None of these people are professional.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I think I guess in my opinion of the whole thing is that I don't know any of these people personally. I don't know iDubbbz or Anissa or any of these other people, but even though it was a monetary failure, I don't think it's fair to say that it was a failure completely, because I think it got a lot of attention. I think a lot of people will be interested in the third one. I think part of it is also because I'm sure to the dismay of iDubbbz and Anissa, there was all of this drama surrounding Froggy Fresh, and
I feel like at this point, honestly, the biggest issue they're facing is firstly not enough good fighters, and secondly, a lot of people don't actually want to see repeat fighters because it's they're they're not there to see them fight. They're there to see them because they're a YouTuber that they know in their head. So like
these
people like Dad that are getting signed on, I feel like they shouldn't be there. Thirdly, I feel like influencer boxing is super played out, honestly, at this point.
Everyone seems to be doing it, but dude, I was hyped to see Dad box after the first one. Like I can't lie, that was
I was
the
hyped
one
as well.
where I was like,
I was there, but I don't think he sold tickets.
Yeah, right. That's fair. That's
He
fair. But I
rocked
wouldn't mind repeat people if they were big enough.
You did own him.
Destroyed that guy, and poor Harley Morenstein got tossed around like a big goose in that fucking cage.
That was awesome.
I literally thought that was like a bit, dude. When he rolled out of the thing,
he got wrecked, man.
I mean, the event itself was great. Like I was there in person. It was excellent.
I didn't like it as much as the first one though. Because I remember that one after it happening, I literally had to tweet like I was so wrong. It was actually kind of good.
Well, I guess the first time you had the expectation of it being bad, so it kind of like blew your mind.
I remember everyone going into it. Yeah, I thought it was going to.
The second time, you probably thought it was going to be good. So
yeah, well, we live streamed it with the patrons, and someone had a fart soundboard every time during one of the women's matches. They would just click the farting, and it really made it. It was.
This is either gonna sell the Patreon to people or completely be like, I am never spending money.
There's times we need to learn how to mute the soundboard because there's times there's someone.
Did you guys see recently? There was like an OnlyFans girl that did boxing, and when she won, she like flashed the whole stadium.
That there should have been more of that.
And this wasn't just like a Brazzers storyline that you were watching.
No, this is real.
Okay. It was real.
It
was real.
Right.
Interesting.
Wait, is real?
Brazzers female boxer? That'll be insane.
I'm sure it exists.
It's
gotta be. I'm sure it exists, but that to be into that, like that's worse than any other fetish. Being into female boxers specifically, that's horrible.
Dude, I gotta ask Tom. Did with this, because we were talking about earlier this Bam Margera video, which actually I was also just looking at your channel again, and I remembered you've also recently posted a 3-hour Chris Chan documentary, which is up on there too, which is doing well. But the Bam Margera one's kind of unusual for you because it's like non-e-celeb, right?
Yeah, you were stepping out of your comfort zone almost.
A little bit.
We're trying to expand the market these days, just because I don't want to be trapped by the YouTube talk.
I mean, it clearly was successful, right? Because you got a lot of views on that one, and I was
it did good. Yeah,
I was curious, like, you didn't hear from anybody from Bam Margera's camp after that, did you?
No,
really,
I didn't hear from
it. Because I think they're desperately just trying to keep any substance out of the guy's hands. They probably don't have time to contact people.
That's probably
pretty busy with that.
Yeah. I mean, I would assume that people in his circle did see the video. I mean, you're a big YouTuber. It did a lot of numbers, and to my knowledge, I don't know if there is another like user-made documentary that's actually documenting what's going on with that guy.
There's another one that's less comprehensive, but I think it has a lot more.
I was going to say, I've seen a bunch that focus on single events. You did a nice job.
So there's actually one that's like, it's like half the length, but it has 6 million views. So that one's like the biggest one.
Wow.
But how long ago was that similar? It's like a year and a half, it looks like.
Oh, you'll catch up.
I mean, I'm a huge Jackass fan, so I've kind of been following like
I've never seen it until maybe like a week ago.
Really? Dude, I've seen all of them. I've seen the 0.5s, like all of those I love the Jackass movies.
They're great. I don't understand it. You'd never seen it. Like that's like your.
I know. I'm surprised I haven't seen it either.
I just don't think I was allowed as a kid. Here's the deal, though. I watched Jackass 1. I watched Jackass 4, 3.5. A woman jackass?
Oh, in the most recent one? Yeah, in the most recent one.
No, I don't care. But
the most recent one was good, but I think honestly all of them are pretty good. Like it's all the same shit. Like if you like watching dudes hurt themselves, it's great. It's it's pretty much the best content.
Last episode you were talking about when like a TV show or movie has a trope and it's like this old movie made this trope and you go back and watch it and the trope's been done so many times better that it feels corny.
Yeah.
With all the messed up ISIS videos, Hispanic people launching bottle rockets into their own colons that you can watch on YouTube, it felt so tame that I was shocked it was controversial.
It's very tame in comparison. Yeah. But it's also, it's like you said, it's like you got a picture that when the first movie came out, and it was also a TV show, and then you also had Wild Boys on TV, and the fact that they were first of all on television being broadcast into people's homes, and then actually like in a fucking movie theater, considering how low budget and how dumb it really did wheel in like a new kind of era for content.
I mean, they had creation. Like they had senators trying to get them to like cancel the show and get it all shut down just because they thought it was so dangerous,
which is hilarious and is awesome. But anyway, all this to say, like, I've been watching this Bam Margera shit's kind of spiral out of control for a minute. Like, I follow him on Instagram and he posts cryptic weird shit all the time on there, and even like a few years ago he got like assaulted in like Iceland or something like that, and he
got into some fight with some like gang dudes or something. He's been on like a downward spiral for like 10 years.
He's surrounding himself with bad people. Like, have you guys seen the scumbag Vinny Cumtown saga?
Yes.
Harris, have you seen this?
No, I have not.
You need to watch this, dude. They bring this guy on the show who's just this.
It's this dude who hangs out with Bam and like gives him drugs and stuff.
But it's like his manager, but literally was just taking Bam's money and then like went to Disneyland or something. It was just like screwing this man so hard, dude. And it's so messed up. You got to watch it, bro. But he's not surrounding himself with people that I think are helping.
He's surrounding himself with like enablers.
Yeah,
for sure.
Right.
I mean, the last
speedos and freaks.
Exactly.
Sure.
The last time we had you on, Tom, I think this is one of the questions I asked you, and you had like a short answer for it. But I asked you if like you've had people reach out to you after you put a video out about them, and like either ask you to take it down or something like that. And I remember specifically you brought up the one guy that literally had like a fetish for being humiliated or something.
Yeah.
And he like
Whatever
wanted
happened
you to
with that.
He got the video taken down and then he fucked off. Yeah,
that's crazy. But now it's been a few months. I mean, I think we last talked on podcast was like 7 or 8 months ago. Has anything happened since then? Have you had anybody reach out to you?
There's been a legal request I can talk about later. I can't talk about it on the podcast. But,
Got it.
There's just some funny
Patreon episode.
Yeah, it looks like you could talk about it maybe on the Patreon exclusive.
If it's not,
I don't think I can talk.
Oh,
about
legally.
It
oh, really? Oh, okay.
Legally.
Well, we need to during this next break. We need you to rack your brain because the Patreon episode. This is the end of the YouTube. There's a Patreon segment coming up. It's gonna get juicy. I have a hunch.
We can go in depth. We'll go in depth. If you guys listen, if you're listening right now, you're on YouTube and you don't have the Patreon cut, you're basically a fucking brokey loser, and you need to find the money to pay for it because it's straight fire. It's straight fire. Okay?
You're probably
the advice I'm gonna give. I'm gonna give you guys the advice you need to become a millionaire like me. So if you guys don't watch the Patreon, it's over.
Very big.
This kid's got chutzpah. Is that a Yiddish word?
I think it is a Yiddish word.
I think they do say
chutzpah.
They do say it.
I like that, dude.
But anyway, so besides this legal one, you haven't had anybody else like reach out and be like, either like at all? Because I feel like you, especially with someone, it's interesting because as your channel grows, right, as you become more of a YouTube celeb yourself, now you're making content on YouTubers that are about the same, or not just YouTubers, but e-celebrities that are as big as you are. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, would you say that's true?
I mean, as far as the channel, yeah, but in terms of my actual star power, like I think I have the star power of like my second channel, which is like 200,000 subs. I don't think I have the star power of the million subscribers because it's like it's not really me. It's like, well, dude, I'm in there a little bit, but it's mostly like just telling a story. So
I wouldn't say
that I'm like on the same level as like most of the people I talk about even.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, bro. I think you're in a transitionary period, like, because you were saying, in when you're filming that video, people were looking and they didn't know who you were, but they were just recording. You have gone from being like, dude, I remember when I first started seeing your videos, God, probably like 4 or 5 years ago. So you were probably like, what, 15, 16?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
You've been at it for a minute, man. That is crazy.
Can you imagine? I was probably like 23 watching it like a 16-year-old's videos on YouTube.
Yo, enough about me. What about you guys? What's up with
baby?
What's up with the Twitter?
What do you mean? They hear about us all the time. Our fans want to hear from Churkey Chom.
Maybe they want to hear.
I'll be honest. I don't even remember what I was gonna say. All right, you got 9 minutes to interrogate us, Mr. Thomas.
What the fuck's going on in the Twitter comic world? How's that going for you guys?
We've been going hater mode on a few people. You know, there's probably a guy you're friends with that I think we can bring up on the Patreon episode who just watching his whole thing crash and burn is very nice. I'm liking it.
I don't even know
really
a
lot, brother.
We can have a conversation. Okay, here's the thing.
He looks like a spurthworm, Harris. If you catch my drift.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure Tommy.
What the fuck
Tommy
are you
Bone might be
talking
friends with
about?
I know who he's.
Patreon episode
That was the
exclusive.
giveaway. That was the dead giveaway.
Patreon episode exclusive.
I genuinely have no idea who you're talking about.
You will.
I didn't know who he was talking about, and now I'm like the spurth.
What is a spurth?
It rhymes. Are you this stupid, dude? What animal
question.
rhymes with spurthworm?
I got a question here, Tom. I'm gonna flip it back on you. Is there?
I don't know anyone named Earthworm Jim.
Do you have an avoidance to actually like being interrogated yourself? Are you so accustomed to talking about other people that you're afraid to give a look behind the curtain?
He's too cool. He's too cool.
I think I'm more open. I think I'm more open than most people are.
I think so too.
In my position, I think it's fun. It's like there is kind of a line you have to walk between how much you want to reveal about your life and like destroy the barrier between you and the screen, like for internet fame, which I think is like a calculation that a lot of people who are trying to do what I'm trying to do right now have to do, which is like, how much of your personal life do you want to give up for the content? Like, are you going to go all in and become like an Ice Poseidon IRL streamer where every embarrassing moment of your life is recorded? Or do you want to be more private?
Thai jail right now?
He was in Thai jail, yes.
That's insane, dude.
They let him out. He
they did. Okay.
He did like a lap dance in like a restaurant, and then like 10 minutes later, this woman comes over. She's like, "You are going to go to the police station? I have the policeman here. You are disrespect the country." And so they take him to jail.
Sounds more Filipino. You can't do public like sexy stuff, which is weird because if you walk down a certain street, you're gonna see women with 9-inch cocks trying to do very sexual stuff to you. I'll tell you that much.
The funniest part is he goes away, nobody hears from him, and then people start getting Discord messages, and he's like, "I'm in jail. They gave me a bucket to poop, and there was already poop in it when I got the bucket." That's what he's talking about. Dude, that's how you know you fucked up, because you're shitting in a bucket.
This is how I know you guys have never been in prison. That's a free meal right there, baby. When they forget to feed you, that's a free meal.
That's very creative.
That's disgusting.
That's so
yeah, I mean, it's funny because actually Zach has given me that advice too before, where like, because I'm always
I hope not.
No. Because Zach, sometimes I'll be frustrated because I'm burning the midnight oil with the fucking drawing shit. Like I'm drawing constantly, but Zach will get more followers. He'll gain new famous people.
You're already up to my following.
Look, let me finish my thought.
Sorry.
He'll be breaking some world record most fucking followers on Twitter that anyone's ever seen after like a 2-month hiatus. And I'm like, bro, where are the new people coming from? You're not even posting anything. You'll post a picture of your balls every 2 months, and then like
I know, that's gotta stop.
But stop. Well, it's besides the point. But Zach gave me the advice that he was like, "What?" He's like, "Baby, it's because I show my face. It's like you gotta give them a peek behind the curtain because people end up." Not just following you for your content, they want to see the personality.
People don't just like content; they have to cling on to like a person.
They want the
person, dude. Yeah, it's all about the personality.
I have a question. I want to talk business. I want to talk business with you guys. Okay,
I love that. Let's go.
Because I've noticed that for YouTubers will have a very easy time making videos that make money. But in terms of getting a following on like outside of that, like for their personality, outside of the content, a lot of the time it's very hard. Like you'll see YouTubers with like 3 million subs and like 3,000 followers on Twitter. So I'm curious what the experience has been like for you guys. Like how hard is it to transform Twitter followers into people who will actually like buy things or like watch you in a way that you can like monetize it? Like what do you think the conversion is of your audience? Like are a lot of them there just for like, simple stuff on the side they see once in a while? It's like, oh, that's a cool comic. Or has it been difficult to like get that transition of like getting people in that funnel?
Honestly, in terms of not speaking in merch, but in terms of like transitioning the Twitter audience into like a podcast, obviously what a head start you get if you already have people like who want to see more and hear more of your ideas and thoughts.
Yeah.
Like if you were to just
I expect you guys don't have a super difficult time, because I've seen a lot of Twitter artists who have like Patreons that are making like a ton of money. Which is crazy to me.
I wouldn't say we're making a ton of money, but I would say
those people probably draw some sexy stuff, though, right?
That's also
they
probably
do.
Yeah,
true.
that's a lot of the times it's like.
But there even like comic stuff. There seems to be a big market for like comics.
I think actually the big thing actually with some artists is that are struggling or then end up being like, you know, I can't do this full time anymore. I have to take a hiatus and get a real job or something. I think it's because art, like I had to overcome this too really early on, is like, it's hard to market yourself, but you're only worth the price tag that you put on yourself. You know what I mean? And you have to treat it with value. So like, I think like if people can tell if you're not confident that you're putting out quality content that you feel like is worth owning, something that you can hang on your wall, or going to a Patreon to support the artist, people won't do it. But if you market, it's all about marketing. If you let people know, yo, I love my shit, you love my shit, you want me to keep going, throw me a bone. You know what I mean? I think that's the key.
You got to make it worth it though, too, though.
You have to make it worth it, but it's only worth it if you believe it. You know what I mean? As corny as that sounds.
Sometimes it's worth it too much. Like there's some people like us who the tier rewards, you're pretty much coming into my house and having sex with my metaphorical wife and making me watch. That's like how good the tier rewards are. It's insane.
Well, there's like this podcast thing too. Like there's just all these podcasts of people who just like, they don't even have to do anything. They just like coast, like Red Scare. What the fuck do they even do?
I don't know.
Dude, every annoying girl from high school listens to Red Scare that I know, and it's just like, Jesus.
It's so real.
Dude, it's so funny how like women are so far behind men's comedy that women are just now breaking into the like Jews, black people.
The girls that watch Red Scare probably smell like Newports and are like 90 pounds. First
Newports?
No, I said are they smell like Newports and they're like 90 pounds. Secondly, which is fire. And secondly, the other thing that's going on there is like what I just don't get like the coasting thing. There's a lot of YouTubers who can just coast. Like they don't even have to make anything. They just make the fucking podcast, and good for them. Like I want to do that, but how the fuck do I do that?
It's a parasocial thing, bro. It's a parasocial thing.
I want to flip the business question onto you, because I would like more advice on how to make the YouTube thing pop off a bit, because I think that's not. But that's for the next block, because I got to read off our patrons real quick. These are our executives. Thank you. Let me read these off real quick. Thank you guys. Love you. All right. We got a giant hairy spider, bugs on my wee wee, big tasty, bread zero, brat prat pew pew, conga heli, Emon, Francho, Gzan, Gwyn, Nilly, Protista, Protagon, Shrek the Third, Trash Bins, and T Stilly. We love you guys. Thank you so much.
Bro, that brings a tear to my eye. I remember when we were first starting out, no patrons, and now we got like 15 executive patrons.
We've got some very fresh people.
And some people who viewers like you. We can have racists like Churkey Chom on the podcast. W-Riz, baby. Yo, I'm about to unload on some honkies.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about
this next step. Snip, snip. We'll be back in 10 minutes. I'm going to go suck down a ciggy, and I think I saw an onion ring I forgot to eat earlier under the table. I might
little fucking Minecraft
dude
noise.
Churkey Chom, speaking of opening things up, new posters hole, what do you think? Would you, because I'm thinking like I'd slip that on like a rain
YouTube
boot.
Opening up new posters hole?
Yeah, you flew out to literally take him on a date to watch a Destiny debate.
Not a date.
I have screenshots from a video. Are you sure?
See them making fun of you on Kiwi farms. They're talking about how much of a freak you are. And I'd honestly feel bad, and I'd offer you my pity, but I'm busy out here buying me a sleek new car.
You just stay away from the goth mommies. Shoot you in the head like COD zombies. Boy, you old as fuck like Rob Zombie. Trying to give couples that slop topic. I'm with Bobby, I roll up a stogie. I ash it on tipster and tell him to